Hi all, Svee here from Sveeart Custom Paint. Years now I've been doing time-lapse videos of some of my projects, and to be honest I'm finding them a bit boring now, so some of you probably are as well. So I thought I'd treat you all to the sound of my voice. So currently in the paint shop I have a couple of exciting projects for a band called Descent. They're very good, go check them out. And Llexi Leon and Rob Chapman wanted a couple of guitars painted, funnily enough. This one here is Llexi's. So far, what I've done on this, just in case you're interested, is I took the original guitar, I stripped it of all its hardware, then taped up all the holes, because you don't want paint going everywhere inside all the little crevices and etc, etc. I won't bore you with all the prep for a guitar. Some of you may not be interested in that. If you are, let me know and I'll start including it all in these videos. It's no problem. Yeah, taped up all the bits that I don't want paint on, like that bit there and other parts. Sanded it, because of course paint won't stick to a shiny surface, it's gotta be rough. So yeah, sanded it down, primed it, painted it white, then copied the artwork from Eternal Descent's comic. It's quite a unique idea actually. They produce an album and there's a comic that goes along with it. And the songs kind of go along with the storyline of the comic. It's very clever. Can't wait to get my hands on it. It'll be really cool. But this is a piece of the artwork from the comic. So yeah, I traced it on. It's taken me about a week. I've been laid up with a bad back for a long time. But yeah, it's now on. It's inked. It's all on there, nice and protected. So now it's time to start adding some colour. So, honestly, we don't need surrounds. We'll paint them later. I like to carry on the design underneath the pickup mounts. Some people just go to the edge, but then if you don't mount it quite right, you can see a line where the paint isn't, and Llexi's quite conveniently got some pickup covers and just pop off. But yeah, the design is drawn on the front and it continues down the sides. Lovely. So it doesn't matter how high he mounts the pickups, the design will still carry on. So I like to do that because, again, if some people only paint the face or don't go too far down the side, so of course if the customer gets it back, mounts the pickups higher towards the strings, and then the paint stops. It looks horrible. Looking at the design, yeah, I think I'm going to start in this top corner. Do that bit first. So first up, I'm going to have to mask off over this black line here, mask her off because we don't want paint getting on her. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, there we go. I've masked off the woman. See if I can zoom in and let you see that. See, I've cut around this little edge here because all we're going to be painting is all this. Obviously we need to protect the rest of the guitar as well because there will be overspray. So for that, rather than sticking stuff down all over the place, I'm going to just use scrap bits of A4. Now everything is masked off except this top half here. Now we've got to do a bit of colour matching because I don't have a colour that is that colour exactly, so I'm going to have to mix it. Okay, I've mixed up a paint that's pretty close. Just there. Nice. Using Auto Air paints. They're great paints. It's all I've ever used. They're water-based, so they're non-toxic. Because solvents can be a bit nasty and a bit explosive, so you have to watch out what you're using when you're airbrushing. But to make that colour, I used some plum colour. It's called Candy Apple Red, but it's more of a plum colour really. And I mixed that with some white to lighten it up. Yeah, and that's the colour you get. Isn't that nice? And then to darken it up down the edge, I will add some Candy Black Cherry, I think. Quick test spray on the paper. Yeah, that's not bad. Now I don't have the trigger all the way back then. It may have looked like I was slapping paint on, but I really wasn't. I'd only pulled the trigger back maybe a mil, if that. It was just fine spray. Heat set that. This water-based paint. Nice heat set it. Some of that mix in. There we go. There it is. See how it's a bit darker than the original colour. Okay. When you heat set the paint, by the way, if you don't already know this, when it's wet, it's glossy. When it's dry, it's matte. When it goes matte, you know you've heat set it enough. So if you heat set too far, it will bubble up, which of course you do not want.